Just like a healthy diet is needed for nourishing the body, playing sports holds a great significance in enhancing our lives. And when it is more of a passion than a sport, dreams are turned into reality and beautiful stories are told.
Nana grew up in Dagoretti Corner, a place called Congo. And I was brought up in a Catholic home, and sometimes I always make fun. Unajua mtaani kuna levels, and people don't know this. So I'm not going to give you a sob story at I went through a lot of problems and blah, blah, blah. That is not the truth. I came from a family that was a bit well off. They were able to feed themselves, take care of themselves, because the lady I was named after, my grandmother, she was a superwoman, but she rested. So Mama Muriuki was bigger than life. She's the reason why I am here, my grandmother. So she came to Nairobi many, many years back and bought a piece of land here in Dagoretti Corner and set up her home and raised her 8 kids, my dad being the second born. And she was very big on education because she didn't get any. So she made sure all her children went to school. So her grandchildren were no exception, especially the one named after her. Sasa alikuwa amenikazia mkono sasa zaidi. Growing up in an area where there's a lot of lack, it tends to shape you, because I grew up a place where alcohol is being brewed, changa. There's a lot of wheezy, robbery and all that. But my grandmother shielded us as a family. She protected us. And she was known in this area. You say Mama Muriuki hakuna mtu ajui. She was a tough woman. So that shielding really helped us, especially myself, because I was a bookie. I loved books. I was not gifted in running, I don't know, singing, whatever, all these other things. But I was gifted hapa. Mungu alinipatia hiyo. So my grandmother would call me Ndovu, because I never forget things. I don't forget. Mimi memory yangu is on another level. Kitambo I used to share and speak about it, but right now I own it. Kabisa, mimi Ndovu. Leadership was like, everything about the community was done at our home. Yani mambo ya chief, nini, yani ilikuwa right done at our place. So I don't think my grandmother knew what she was doing, because right now when I look at all the things I do, it's because of that lady. She was called when there were issues to settle dispute. She was called when wamama wameshikwa wachanga, polisi hakuna mtu, kila mtu anaogopa kuongea nao. She's the one who will speak. She was called when there were, vices, bad vices in the community. Someone has defiled a child and everyone is fearful of that person. My grandmother will smoke that person out, and then kuna kitu alikuwa anatembea nayo inaitwa pipe. So alikuwa anasema faifu. Akishika hiyo, doesn't matter how old you are, how big you are, atakuchapa. So right now when I look back, I see how much she shaped me as a person.
As the country director of Beyond Hopes, Sandra is not only living her dream, but helping others actualize theirs through the many activities carried out in her Dare to Dream initiative.
We are in an area that everyone you talk to about Dagoretti, they know about Dennis Oliech. And growing up, Dennis Oliech, or Des, as we know him in Mtaani, was a big figure. But there's also another giant of Dagoretti that many people in Dagoretti know him, and now I think almost everyone know him in Kenya in their own spaces, especially basketball. James Kamau. But kwa mtaani anaitwa Drench. So Drench was among the first people who were doing basketball in our community. And he was big in this community. He was bigger than himself. He started cleanups, he started programs in this community. And many years back, and just like that, Drench had an opportunity to travel to Canada. When he landed in Canada, he founded Beyond Hoops Africa, because once he went there, he realized that there are opportunities out there, and he felt these opportunities, no one will come from that place and bring them to our area and Kenya at large and Africa at large. So he joined up with other guys in Canada, and they set up a non-profit that is the Beyond Hoops Africa. So it started with basketball. So from the word Beyond Hoops, hoops is the basketball net. We have the sports aspect, but as we continued working with the community in terms of sports, we started realizing our community has more needs than sports. We realized that our people, our girls do not have menstrual pads and even the knowledge. We realized that our mamas do not have the necessary tools for them to do business, for them to even do agribusiness and all these things. So Beyond Hoops started a program called Dare to Dream Initiative. So the Dare to Dream Initiative carries all this, because we want the community to dare to dream further than where we are. We focus in peri-urban areas, that is the slum areas, and that is the whole of Kenya. So we have programs all around Kenya, trying to break the financial barrier, where we have partnered with an organization called College Connect America. So College Connect, it takes our young men and women for scholarships, educational scholarship and sports scholarship. Currently, Dagoretti, we have been able to take this year 3 young men from Dagoretti and 15 around Kenya. And we are still scouting for more. And other than that, we also have programs like our digital creative space, where we are training our young people, especially the ones who have finished high school, programs on videography, photography, so that they can tell their story. Because we feel like Beyond Hoops Africa, the only person who can understand us is when we tell our stories. And if we are not the champions of our stories, then whoever comes on the ground will not understand it. So we have also partnered with an organization called 100 Cameras, New York. They give us cameras and a curriculum so that we can equip our young men and women, so that when they go kwa mitaani, they can tell the story of that community using those cameras. So they can take shots, and whatever is taken in New York. We do an exhibition, and whatever funds are raised from that can help that young man and help the community at large. Then we have our environmental program. I am very big on waste. That's my baby. I really love waste management. I am currently working with Beyond Hoops in partnership with Dr. Joy Riongo. We've been carrying out research on BSF, black soldier fly, for waste management. So a school like this, what you've seen today, setting up of that garden, we are going to help them to manage the waste that they get from this area. So their organic waste, they make compost manure for the beds. And also, if we have excess, we can now introduce the black soldier fly so that it can take that waste, produce for us feeds for our cuckoo, produce biofertilizer for the community. So on waste, we can talk again until tomorrow. It is a baby, and I love it.
My responsibility is to motivate the young boys, to show them that there's a great future ahead of them once that we've lived in the community, and having been role models in the community. Would like to tell the young boys that it's possible through sports. So through sports and what I've passed through sports, I encourage the boys, teach them new tricks, teach them new tactics about football, and for necessarily we organize for them to go for scholarships. Having known that our area is a sporting area, we have so much talent in this area. So long as you got the talent, we are there for you. Beyond Hoops has helped us a lot because it's given us kits, it's given us balls. Beyond Hoops has enabled the boys to be able to get training kits and training materials for football. So we are grateful for Beyond Hoops for the help they have been giving the community. And hopefully we'll continue with that partnership with the other guys that we're doing partnership with.
Mimi hapa nakaa peke yangu, na mimi mwenyewe ndio najitegemea. Hakuna mtu naangalia. Kwa maana hata tukikuwa na hawa watoto, tuwezi kuangalia.
Mimi ni mkaaji wa hiki kijiji hapa, niko na miaka 23. 5 kwa hii kijiji ya huyu mama Karanja. Kwa hiyo nimeishi hapa miaka hiyo yote. Tukifanya kazi, hakuna kazi. Sasa kazi zetu tu ni hizi za watoto hizi. Mwanzo nilikuwa nauza nguo. Kaona nguo haziendi, sasa nikafungua hizi kazi zetu za kuchunga hao watoto. Sasa ndio tukaungana na huyu shosho hapo. Zile amepata tuangalia, zile nimepata tunaangalia. Mmoja akitoka, mmoja anamwachia. Hivyo ndivyo tunashirikiana na huyo shoshi kwa hiyo mida mpaka tunaenda kuzeka. Kwa sasa hivi sasa. Huyu kijana huyu ametulea hapa kwa muda, kitukujia, kutuchungulia washosho, tukoje. Yaani anajua penye yako huyu kijana. Kwa hiyo kazi yenu ni mzuri sana kwenye mnaenda mkitafuta. Yaani Mungu aende ajaze. Mara 100 ikuwe mingi. Mkuwe tunawaona. Yaani msikose hata kwa manyumba yenu pia na watoto wenu. Mungu awabariki. Yaani Mungu awainue kila jambo, kila kitu.
Beyond the initiative's commitment to sports, there are inclusive programs that foster community empowerment and a sense of belonging, and Frederico Wuma, the coordinator of Beyond Hoops, sheds more light on this.
I'm part of the coordination of Beyond Hoops Africa, which started 5 years ago. Basically, what we do, we give back to the community through environmental, through helping our community, through donation of food, and we even support our girls through giving them sanitary pads. As today you have joined us, we are so happy because today we have celebrated World Climate Day with you, and we have seen the good work that we have done, and I'm so happy for Beyond Hoops because it's not about environment or giving back to the community. We still do sports. We have a few of our players who are in the United States of America who got a scholarship through Beyond Hoops. And the founder is called Mr. James Kamau, who is the founder. We really appreciate for the good work that he is doing. And we are so happy because we are impacting life to the communities. And we believe that when we come together, great things happen. I've done a lot of courses, mental health courses, and through Beyond Hoops, I've done community health diploma. So it has really helped me and changed me. Then it has helped me in networking with other people, which is a good thing for the community. What I want to achieve is to see my community change in terms of education, because we have a program of supporting our students in the community. Once they excel in life, it will be the biggest achievement in me. Second, the second thing is that it's for our girls. And my dream is there's no girl will get pregnant because they don't have sanitary pads. That is my main focus. So I believe, and I believe in God, that we are going to do it.
A good state of mind is essential for any initiative to thrive. Beyond Hoops also puts into consideration mental health through sports and other programs.
We also have our mental health awareness programs. We've partnered with Mending Minds Foundation, and our work is to demystify, because most people have already created a perception on mental health. So we've had programs in this school, we've had programs all over the community, just trying to show them that mental health is a necessity. It's an everyday basic need. You need to protect your mental health.
We are a partner of Beyond Hoops, where we'll be implementing the mental health programs in this school, which is the Ngando Fountain School. So we run different programs where we take mental health a priority for all the young people, and Ngando Fountain is one of our schools that we are going to be working with to ensure that mental health also is taken to another level in schools, to make services accessible and to ensure that the young people have access and support in terms of mental health in the school. Mending Minds Foundation is a foundation that focuses on mental health matters. So we technically ensure that we promote well-being, and we run different programs. So we have the adolescents and young people mental health programs. We have the youth mental health programs, workplace mental health programs, marginalized communities mental health programs. And in partnership with Beyond Hoops, we will be glad and we will be having an adolescent and young people mental health programs, as our strategy is in Dagoretti South, which really works closely with what Beyond Hoops is doing at the moment.
Sports should be accessible to everyone, regardless of gender or whatever reason.
I can touch on the young men who are now playing soccer abroad, Division 1. Most of those young men, the 3 of them, have come from very bad conditions. Like, even when you think about it, I remember, like, even when they were doing their last, photos of the before, so that we will do the after. And you see this young man living in a very bad state, very talented. And you see this is a community where people lose hope. So there's a lot of alcohol and drug abuse in the community. So sometimes you find a young guy who is very talented, but the community is like, "Ay, boss, give up. Why are you playing this soccer?" And those are the cases that we have. You find a young man who is very talented, you are preparing for his visa, you are preparing for his, exit to go abroad for the scholarship. And then the community is busy trying to show that guy it will not work. Just leave it, just leave it. And they don't even know when they are doing it. So you find people are like, "We kunywa pombe, wacha kujiweka, kunywa, fanya hivi," unaona. So that young man goes under a lot of pressure. Then when we go to get their visas and sometimes they are denied, it shatters you. It shatters you because now this is a young man, you're taking him back, and now people will ridicule him. "We told you. Where did you think you're going? We told you to stop." So sometimes whenever we scout and we get someone that we want to take them to the next level, we commit that person in a lot of prayers. Tunakuwa mapasta, tunawekelea mikono. We just ask God, please ensure that it is smooth, because if there's any challenge, we have naysayers, and a lot. They are like, tulikuambia, we unaweza pewa visa, we huwezi. So you find your young man who has never even had a taste of alcohol, tomorrow you find him in the ditch. You ask them and they're like, nana mimi nili give up, ikitu hivi, mimi nimeenda. So we have such cases, and it's very devastating. And then we have now the ones who go, and then the community is expecting too much. They're like, "Hey, umefika maju, tuma. Jengea mama yako, alifika last week." And the community wants him to send 1 million. Kuku ya jirani ikikufa, pigia so and so, ako maju. Sijui nini imefanyika, pigia so and so. So my request is to even the communities where we go, let's give our young people time. Because sometimes we give them so much pressure, they cannot focus. So even if they've been given an opportunity out there, they might end up losing focus because they have so many things. Everyone wants a car, a house. They will do all these things, but give them time. That's my biggest challenge. My other biggest issue is also lack of resources, where you find that we can't do everything. The little money we get from the organization, the community needs more. So my request is more people to come to our peri-urban communities. That is Nairobi, everywhere, every area. All the 47 counties have areas where there is need. If we are going to change Kenya, let's do it genuinely. Because you find organizations that are out there and you are there to enrich yourself. Unaharibia kila mtu. Let's be genuine. Let's give, because all these faces you are seeing today here, how you touch them, how you impact, it plays a key role. Because if someone didn't touch my life, I wouldn't be here. I'm doing the same to another person, the other person, and like that. So biggest challenge is more on we want to do for everyone, the whole of Kenya. You've heard me being called Nana. Like whenever I go to a community, iko interior kabisa, nasikia sasa Nana umetuletea nini? That's my motivation. So I know if I'm not messing, and I know that we're on the right track. When you go to our mamas, our shoshos, we went with you to some of our shoshos, and you go and they just tell you, I bless you, my child, thank you for remembering us. That is enough.
I joined this organization in 2019, formally. Before we were working with the founder of the organization, James, at different levels. But at 2019, we formalized Beyond Hoops and we started working together. Previously, I've been in the industry of sports. Here in Dagoretti, I think I'm the longest serving team manager of a football club called Dagoretti Santos, which has produced many players. Dennis Oliech, the current assistant coach of KCB, Elvis Ayani, among others. At least I've been a team manager for that team for the last 20 years.
As Sandra and her team continue to foster advocacy through sports, we can all join in our own special ways and support such good causes.
Sandra venye namjua, she's an outgoing, na ile kitu anataka lazima itafanyika. So we have the same dream because we were born in the same community. We have the same vision. So for me, it's just to give her moral support, and I will continue supporting her so that we can achieve the dream that we want.
Sandra is a really exclusive and a dynamic leader. I think she's really doing, she's really doing a great job with Beyond Hoops as an executive director, and being a young leader and a thoughtful leader and really thinking about the marginalized communities. She's a driving change, she's a force, and she's going to make impact in so many communities, and I know and I believe that she's going to take marginalized communities to another level. A very well thought leader and an inclusive leader.
Msichana msichana mzuri sana. Mzuri sana. Mpaka huyu kijana yangu. Sasa siwezi kusema ubaya yake. Hata sasa hivi unafika hapo. Mimi ni kama nakula. Nasikia raha. Kama mnikuja kama mnikuta hapa, simngia nini? Mjanisotea maji. Ama susu amko kunywa hii maji. Mimi nafurahia sana nyinyi wote, hakuna mtu nadharau. Nawapenda.
Thanks to my family, especially my dad. My dad was tough. So my dad, Mr. Kimathi, for ensuring that I was in school and a disciplinarian. I needed it. My mom, Karemi, always a pillar. My sisters, my in-laws, they have held my hand, you know. And then my community, for loving me, for accepting me in this community, and even the communities that I go to, even if I'm not raised there, born there, I reach and I become a child of that community. I am grateful. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking me in. I always stand by Isaiah, the story of King Ahaz. It moves me because most people are focused on King David and all the great kings. But King Ahaz was a wicked king. But God came to him and he sent a prophet and told him, I will help you. In this predicament, I will help you. But because he was proud, he said, I am not going to test you. I'm good. I'm okay. And the Bible tells us the prophet told him, ask for a sign. Be extravagant. Ask for the moon if you want to know that God really will do it for you. So if God could do it for a wicked man, if he could ask a wicked man, ask for the moon, ask for a sign, what about you, my viewer, who is good, who does everything for the community, loves his community, loves the young people in his community, takes care of everyone? What about you who is good? What can God not do for you? He can do more. So be extravagant, ask God for all the things that you want, and he will do it for you.